respected my teachers. I see two of my teachers here. Dr. FAZILI Sahab, who has been my teacher during my BBSc here in this college, and Dr. Sharma Sahab, who was director of IVRI when I was pursuing my post-graduation at IVRI. Participants of this training program, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to all of you. I feel great. I feel great when I stand here, particularly when I come to this college from Shalimar, seeing how this college has been progressing. Dr. Peer will bear me out that we started from somewhere, and now presently we are, I believe, we are doing appreciably good, and that has been all because of our collective effort. All the faculty members, even the contribution from the top, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, to the lowest level of our beyond or an orderly. All this effort, we have made all the efforts and taken our university to these heights. Now, before coming to my lecture, I have a dilemma. The dilemma is that when Dr. AJAZ asked me to deliver a lecture, he said that I asked him, what is the title of your training program? He said, Zero Disease Livestock Farms. It is the title. And then I asked him, where do I fit in? So then he tried to explain, but still, see, why is dilemma? Because it is zero disease livestock farms. He told me that you talk about chicken. But I don't know whether chicken is a livestock or not. This is a document. This is a national level body. This is a national livestock policy, 28-page document. And it gives a policy for livestock. Breeding policy, you can see the red circle. Breeding policy for that, this, cow, etc. Unfortunately, poultry is missing there. And in the 28-page document, you have 3/4 of a page somewhere talking something about poultry. So, first, this puts me in a dilemma. When we talk of livestock, are we really talking of poultry or not? So it is for all of us to ponder. And I have been talking to the people here who are in other divisions other than LPM. Suppose one of the stalwarts of the medicine, Dr. Malik, I once told him something about poultry. He said, no, I am a man of veterinary medicine, I don't know about poultry. So this puts me in a dilemma. But then our AJAZ insisted, so then I decided, let me talk something about poultry. And in that poultry, the basic thing is that let us talk something about the hatchery things. Why hatchery? I request you to watch this. See, we will be taking you through. This is a fascinating journey. 21 days, you see. how best we can facilitate the talking about chicken reproduction. We'll be telling you about how the hatchery building should look like, what should be the components there, what are the various equipments, what are various hatchery operations. Then, of course, once the hatch is over, we get a lot of information by assessing that hatch, how good that hatch is or how bad that hatch is. That is a lesson for future. Then we will briefly go through some hatchery-borne diseases. Then some newer concepts which have come in this incubation. And at the end, we will try to tell you something about what sort of research is going on at SKUAST with respect to this aspect, the hatchery and incubation things. So the natural incubator, the hen used to be the natural incubator. It would sit on the eggs, and the same thing is now done using machines. This machine can be as small as for 12 eggs, or it can be as big as thousands of eggs. And it is an interplay of three things: the temperature, the humidity, and the turning of those eggs. So this is reproduction in brief. The female reproductive tract, this fertilization happens in one part of that called female reproductive tract called as infundibulum. Then, but embryonic development does not happen. Only the egg, that whole of the female reproductive tract, it secretes different components of the egg, and then the egg is laid and embryonic development happens outside the egg. And most important that I need to stress, that chicken can lay eggs even without fertilization. There is not chicken can lay eggs. There is no need of fertilization. You can have an all hen farm and you will get eggs. Only thing is that they won't be fertile eggs. From those eggs which are obtained from the farm where only hens are there, they will not produce chicks. Otherwise, they will produce the table eggs which you eat. And most of the table eggs which you find in market, they are from the farms where only hens are kept, no males. So then, since this whole embryonic development happens outside the body, it doesn't happen inside the body. That you know about the animals. So the egg, nature has provided all those structures, the shells, the shell membranes, then all the nutrients that would be required for development of chick, the yolk, the albumin, and all those things, they are provided there. So now let us see the hatchery where we do this, where the artificial incubation is done. The hatchery, the location has to be, it should be of course away from the poultry farms, away from the residential area. Then size, it depends upon how many eggs you want to hatch. What should be the scale of your operations. Accordingly, that will determine the size of your hatchery. And then the design, those various components, various rooms which are listed here, the egg store room, the fumigation room, incubator room, chick handling, packaging, candling room, utility room, and generator and other things, they should be, the layout of the hatchery is put in such a manner that there is only one-way traffic. There should not be mixing of the clean things and the unclean things. So the hatchery arrangement has to be kept like that. This is the list of the equipments that are required in a hatchery. The most important, the setter and the hatcher. These are two machines. One called a setter, where the eggs remain for first 18 days, then the hatcher, where they remain for 3 days. So if they are the chicken eggs, if there are some, accordingly we have different durations for the other types of eggs that we will come to. Then all the list is here. I will leave the presentation here if somebody wants to take it, so we can take it. I'm trying to just excuse time. He has given me the ultimatum of 30 minutes. I will try to do it in 20 minutes only. So this is how these equipments look like. We sometimes have a hatcher cum setter, where the hatching, the first 18 days as well as the last 3 days are done in the same machine. So and otherwise in a commercial scale they are two different machines. So that last picture, these are the candling table. We have to check what growth is happening inside the eggs or not. Then we do it through candling. The hatchery operations, they start from the collection of eggs. We must be able to get clean eggs, very good quality eggs, so that they hatch well. So this is ensured we collect them quite often. We should be able to collect them from a clean area. For that we put nests in the egg where the parent stock is kept, and then all the eggs are to be transferred to the cool room so that they remain fresh. Then we have to, out of the collected lot, we select good ones only for hatching. Then all those eggs that are to be cared for before they go for incubation. Then these are the conditions where they are to be stored at what temperature. This is mind it is 65 degree Fahrenheit, not centigrade. Relative, this is some 12 to 14 degree centigrade में अगर हम बात करें. The position, whether they are mostly kept upside, pointed end down. So these are some of the storage conditions. Then starting when we have to now load, first thing is to put them in the trays. We have different types of trays, and we put them in the trays. This is here I have listed the incubation period of different types of birds. The chicken 21 days I was talking about, and then the other birds. We have different incubation periods. The incubation conditions that are to be fulfilled: some proper temperature, humidity, ventilation. Then turnings and the position of the eggs, that matters. This is the temperature. These are the temperatures listed here in centigrade and Fahrenheit that is to be provided in the setter. I told you the setter machine, for we keep eggs in for 18 days, and in the hatcher machine for 3 days. These are the temperatures. And here I have put in what happens if there is some fluctuation. If there is 0.5 degree centigrade increase in temperature, what will happen? And if there is some problems. And these are the components of that machine which regulate that, which maintain that temperature. This is actually the primary, mostly the heater coil inside, and this is a thermometer that is is connected to that off on that switch through relays, and if the temperature rises to a particular, the heaters are put off. If it comes a little bit down, the heaters are put on, and this maintains the temperature. Similarly, for humidity, we have the mechanism. This is again the setter and hatcher. What should be the setter and hatcher humidity? And of course, if there is some deviation from that humidity, it will lead to the loss. And size of the air cell. You know, sometimes when you eat a boiled egg, उसका आप छिलका उतारो, बीच में उसमें एक थोड़ा सा डिप्रेशन होता है. तो हम बचपन में कहते थे ये शैतान ने खाया है. तो that शैतान ने खाया है, that is the air cell. And the size of that air cell that we can determine in an egg through candling. उसका जो size रहता है, that tells us हमारी humidity इसमें during incubation ये ठीक है या नहीं है. So these are the components of that machine which regulate that humidity. पीछे उसमें एक पंप रहता है जिससे पानी अंदर जाता है. Then all those then there are vents etc. for opening, और कितना vent हम खोलें, तो इस तरह से इसमें humidity maintain रहती है. इस तरह ventilation भी चाहिए, because there is a lot of gases exchange, oxygen they take in, and they leave carbon dioxide. So इसमें here I have listed if there is 1% drop in oxygen content, that affects hatchability. This is the tolerance levels of carbon dioxide, of course. And then we talked of position. In the setter, we put eggs like this, broad end up. And in the hatcher, they are put sideways. Why it is important? Because you know that embryo which is developing, that is somewhere on the, ये जो आप यहाँ देख रहे हैं germinal disc, यहाँ, this is finally the place where from the embryo will start growing. When this egg is put in that incubator conditions, that albumin or the chelaza, ये जो threads जैसे हैं, they liquefy. And now since this is fat, this whole yolk is fat, it can rise up. It will not remain in the center. It can go towards the upper side. So that will lead to the embryonic death. Now that is why the eggs are turned. So they are turned for 1 hour, their eggs are kept like this. In another hour, they are turned at 90 degrees. So in this way, we try to, we don't allow this yolk to stick to any particular side. For that, we have those motors here. If you, they have been to hatcheries. On the back side of the machine, there is a motor that does all that turning to these eggs. And finally, after keeping them 18 days in one machine, on the 18th day we transfer to the second machine. Before doing that, we subject them to candling and transfer only those eggs where we see the signs of development. And then on the 21st day, we come up with that. Assessing the hatch is very important. Right from the we assess the quality of the eggs, what quality of eggs we are putting in. Then we on the 18th day we candle the eggs and see what is the development, what is happening inside, and those results plus the hatch results, whether the eggs have how many have successfully hatched, whether they are dead. If there is a very less development, we call it dead in germ, and if there is a full development, we call it dead in shell. And all these things we assess, and this gives us a lot of leads about what we may have to do some interventions in the parent stock. We may have to do some interventions in the storing of the eggs. All these leads we get from this. This is a very, very important. Assessing the hatch results. This feedback is very, very important. Then I will quickly go through these hatchery-borne diseases: omphalites, salmonellosis, mycoplasmosis, Campylobacteriosis, and aspergillosis. These are some of the diseases. Omphalites, inflammation of the yolk, and these are some of the lesions which I have listed here, how you can identify this. Then this is a vertically transmitted disease. From the hen, it will go to the chicks through eggs. So, and also it has a horizontal transmission also. These are some of the clinical signs and lesions of this disease. Similarly, the mycoplasmosis, aspergillosis, and Campylobacteriosis. You take the presentation and kindly read through these signs, etc. Now, coming to the newer concepts of what are the new things that are coming up in incubation. The turning mechanism so far, what we are having, even in our hatchery also, that operates mechanically, that turns them, and a lot of they are detrimental to the health of that embryo. Sometimes it also leads to some sort of embryo mortality. Now they have come up with a hydraulic mechanism for turning the, this saves us from those vibrations. This is one. Then we have come up with the solar operated hatcheries that operate on the solar power. Then this in ovo feeding and vaccination has now come up. While the embryo is developing, they inject certain things into the developing embryo, the allantoic sac, amniotic sac, and then it helps in the future development, that those chicks they hatch better, or even the vaccination is given in ovo. That is happening. And then thermal or you say cold conditioning. They expose the growing embryo to sudden cold shocks are given, and the chicks coming out of those eggs which are subjected to the cold shock, they say that they are better, they have better performance in the, if those chicks are growing in the cold conditions, they grow better. Then lot of technologies using sensors, remotely operated hatcheries, automations, these things are coming up. And this now a new thing has come up. A lot of work is going on in securing the sex of chicks at hatch. You know, if we are to rear the layer type of chicks, we need only females for that. So why don't we intervene and secure the sex ratio? Normally 50-50 should come out, 50 male, 50 female. There are a lot of interventions. People are now researching on modulating the temperature. It affects the sex. The sound, giving certain sort of vibrations, that helps. Even the hormonal injection of cortisone to the laying hens, and even the nutrition is also, they say, it affects the sex ratio. Now let's talk about SKUAST-K, what we are doing. Under the field conditions also we did one intervention, and we were able to attain in the field conditions are 98% hatchability. 98% hatchability we were able to achieve on the total eggs set. And this all we could attribute to the manner in which the eggs were selected. Selection of the hatching eggs is very, very important. If we, they should not have cracks, they should have proper shape, etc. And this we were able to do in the local conditions using that broody hen. And this is under artificial incubation. We did try to standardize what should be the duration of the storage. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. How long we can store eggs. The optimum thing is actually 4 or 5 days is optimum, even after 1 week. But once you go beyond that 1 week, if you store eggs for more than that time, you suffer the loss of hatchability percentage. But very fresh eggs also, if the egg is laid on the same day and you load it on the same day, that also did not give good results. And then egg size we try to, which type of eggs will hatch well, and there we found that those medium sized eggs, not the big eggs, not the very small eggs, but the medium sized eggs, they would give better hatchability results. Then presently we are carrying out this research on some sort of fumigation before loading the eggs. Fumigating it will, normally routinely the eggs are fumigated with this formaldehyde gas. But we tried routine fumigation, then we tried these acetic acid sprays, and then one proprietary preparation. This is again a mixture of the cocktail of those organic acids, that once you spray them, this gives the better hatchability than the routine fumigation. And we are also, we have a lot of work we have carried on uns, our local uns, the geese breed here. We have characterized it, but it has a problem that it is not, those eggs do not hatch well in the artificial incubation. Incubator mein humne dalne ki koshish ki thi, but we are now trying to work out, and we have got some leads into it, and we are trying to standardize its hatching protocol. This is very important what we have done. You know, in natural incubation, the hens, they hatch the eggs well. That I have demonstrated in the first result. I gave 98% hatchability we got under the hen. But what we have done nowadays, we are giving them the modern breeds. Those modern breeds, they are not broody. All of them are Kashmiris? Yes, sir. Timan chan praa yiwan kokren, na ich kokre che. Timan chan praa yiwan, kya mo kya karo? Wahan pe banao artificial cocker. Artificial cocker to वैसे है हमारे पास. We have a lot of these machines, but they are of large size. ये farmer के level पर काम नहीं करेगा. We have even the small versions भी है हमारे market में, but they are too costly. हमारे ऊपर division में एक ऐसा ही small version है that उसका 60,000 cost. And we have come up with this. We call it Shalimar Easy Hatch. This machine, it costs not more than 2,500. Very cheap. Yeah. So this we have developed. Very convenient, and we have got very good hatchability results. 70% के आसपास. Capacity. It is 30x capacity. एक tray उसमें डालते हैं. And presently we are also working on this. This is in collaboration with Center for Development of Advanced Computing, Kolkata, Ministry of Information Technology and Electronics. Hatching eggs को sort करना है. So now instead of visually examining and a man doing it, the machine will do. So we are trying to calibrate this, and then another one more, the sexing of the chick. From the sound which produce, although our ear may not identify the difference between the male and female, but this is our hypothesis. It may do. We are trying to do it in this manner. The sound the chick produces, it will sort it so as a male.
This is not successful till today.
No, not successful. This we are trying. Okay. And thank you very much.
If this sound is recorded, if this sound is recorded, there is a mechanism you can say male or female.
It is aimed at that. Okay.
The sensitivity of the sound is too precise. Then we should increase the volume so that the difference is clear cut between the male and the female sound. If you work on that, maybe.
Actually, in geese we have successfully done geese, adult geese. For geese also to identify the male and female, it is very important because the rearing system, the rearing system prevalent here in Kashmir is that as the
innovation. See, so that proves me I was not wrong. I was sincere and I was true what we are seeing. And the way he's ideating the things, he's conceptualizing the training programs, not only the conceptualization of the training programs or the execution of the training programs, but the way they are also doing this innovative way of sexing or identifying the male and female chicks. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing the views. Would felicitate you, sir, on that day, since it was we were short of the time to felicitate our peer sir, because we could get into contact with him just yesterday evening. And also we were not sure whether, because you have to attend so many training programs, I was not sure whether you will attend our training program or 2 more training programs are also running there. Well, we'd love to felicitate you when the division of veterinary, poultry sciences established in this veterinary faculty, and you will also felicitate all the medicine people on the day when, because I know that how much you are pursuing for the establishment of the School of One Health in SKUAST Kashmir, and we would love that you will congratulate and felicitate all of the medicine stalwarts, including all the stalwarts who have left us on that day. Thank you very much, sir, and we would love to that you will join us for the lunch also. The lunch is here. We will also please we have the special guests with us. Please join us for the lunch also.
See,
that will be.
Let me show you something. Through a lot of phone calls and other things, I have to rush to show you.